Okay, today we're going to be talking about how to find the mean. So what is the mean? The mean of a data set is the sum of the data divided by the number of data values you have. So for example, our data, if we have 8, 5, 6, and 9, to find the mean, we would first add all of them up to find the sum, which is 28. And then we would divide by how many data values you have, which if you count 1, 2, 3, 4, you have 4 data values. So you divide that 28 by 4 to get 7, and that is your mean of that data set. So let's try an example 1. So it says the table shows the number of text messages sent by a group of friends over 1 week. What is the mean number of messages sent? So first we're going to find the sum. So we're going to have 120 plus 95 plus 101 plus 125 plus 82 plus 108 plus 90. And all of that is going to be divided by how many values we have, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm going to go ahead, and you guys can get out a calculator as well. I'm going to go ahead and put all of these into my calculator. So let's see, we have 120 plus 95 plus 101 plus 125 plus 82 plus 108 plus 90. So equals 721. So my sum of all 7 of those values is 721. I'm still going to divide by 7. So my mean for this data set is 103. So the mean number, or the average number of text messages that was sent between this group was 103. Okay. The second thing that we're going to talk about today is figuring out what an outlier is. So an outlier is a data value that is much greater or much less than the other values in that set. And when it is included, it can affect the mean of the data. So first, by looking at this table, we want to identify what the outlier is at first. So the first thing we're going to do is create a dot plot just like we did yesterday. So I'm going to create a dot plot. My least value that is in here looks like it is 37. So I'm going to put 37 right here. And my greatest value is 40. So I'm going to go 42. I'm sorry. So we're going to go all up to 42. And then I'll go ahead and put my dots on. So I have 40, 38, 37, another 38, 39, 37, 40, 28. Oops, I'm sorry, I totally forgot about 28. So 28 is going to be all the way down here. So 128, a 40, another 40, and then a 42. So if we want to look at outliers, we want to see which one is far greater or far less than. And so the one that's the farthest away is going to be this 28 all the way over here. So this is going to be our outlier. This is very far away from this 37 versus the other that's almost 9, that's 9 data values away from 37 versus this 42 all the way over here is only 2 away from 40. So this is our one that is much less than the other data points. That is going to be our outlier. So now let's see how that can affect the mean. So first it wants us to find the mean with and without the outlier. So first let's calculate with the outlier. So we're going to add all these data values together. So we have 40 plus 38 plus 37 plus 38 plus 39 plus 37 plus 40 plus 28 plus 42 and plus 40. So I have all of my data values from this table added together, I'm going to divide by how many total we have, which is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So I'm going to go ahead and figure out what this mean is. So we go ahead and add all these together. 40 plus 38. So this is my sum, 379. I'm going to divide by how many data values I had, which was 10. And I get 37.9. So this is going to be my mean with my outlier. 37.9. So now let's calculate if we took it out. So we're going to take out that 28 because that's our outlier. So we're going to again add all of them up without that 28 to see what the difference would be with and without the outlier and how that can affect our mean. And now instead of 10 data values, I have 9. So I'm going to go ahead and add all these up again. You can also just take the value that you had before and just not include and just subtract the outlier. So you can do either or. So this time I have 379, which I accidentally include the outlier. So I'm going to go ahead and just subtract. So I'm going to do 379 and subtract that 9. So I get 370. And if I divide that by my number of data values, which is 9, I'm going to be left with 41.1. Not 4. 41.1. So this is my mean without my outlier. So how does this affect my mean if I include or do not include my outlier? Well, before my mean with was 37.9, that's a lot less than my mean without my outlier, which is 41.1. So depending on if that outlier is, in this case, it was a lot less than my other numbers, that's going to decrease your mean. It's going to make your mean a lot smaller. Versus if my outlier was over here, maybe it was 50, that's going to increase my mean. It's going to make it greater than it really is with or without my outlier. So the outlier can either increase or decrease your overall mean or average. So remember, mean is our average, so our overall mean / average of a data set. So what this means is that your outlier could potentially skew your data. It could make it look a lot larger or a lot smaller than it really is.